15 below zero expected. Where portions of south central Indiana and east central, north central, northwest, and south central Kentucky. When from midnight or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, Sunday night to 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesday. Impacts. The dangerously cold wind chills as low as 15 below zero could cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 30 minutes.
Yeah, how's everybody doing?
Wear appropriate clothing.
How is everybody doing this cold night? Nasty out there.
Ensure portable heaters are used correctly. Do not use generators or grills
Listening
inside.
to the weather
The
radio.
statement is for the following counties in Kentucky, Pulaski, Rock Castle, and Wayne.
Gonna get pretty tight there Monday and Tuesday. I got my little
Wind chills as low as 5 below
toboggan on there, keep my head warm,
Ethel, Fleming, Montgomery,
and
Rowan, Pulaski, Rock Castle,
all that
Wayne,
good stuff.
Jackson counties. When from midnight Sunday night to noon on Monday. Impacts. Frostbite and
Hope y'all keeping warm
skin is exposed to these
and
temperatures.
everything.
Use caution while traveling outside. Wear appropriate clothing.
Yeah,
The statement is for the
I
following
thought I'd do a live, try to catch up a little bit tonight
extreme cold
on here, how everybody is getting along and all this good stuff.
Where portions of east
And they're saying Monday and Tuesday we might get pretty tight right here. 15 degrees wind chill below zero. That's the wind chill.
including a hat, face mask, and gloves if you must go outside.
We're hanging in there, you know, it's just a thing.
The statement is for the following counties in Kentucky: Laurel, Pulaski, and Rock Castle.
I'll let that play through there a little bit. It's till it gets back to Casey County again, then I'll shut it off there. I'm just sitting back listening to it and trying to get a heads up on what everything's doing.
And tree damage due to the ice. Travel could be impossible.
Yep.
The hazardous conditions could impact the Monday morning commute. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight
Oh,
and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency.
what a day, what a day.
Kentucky can be found by visiting yoky.ky.gov.
I had to go out just for a little bit this morning to get some last minute things taken care of, and boy, I'm telling you. Oh Lord, it was people out there. His lines backed up. We had to went and got Barry Storm's radio, got him some propane there. I had to pick up a thing of kerosene, an extra jug. We got over at that propane Southern States. They had plenty of propane. They had all kinds of it. I mean, they said they went through, they had to refill their tank 3 times yesterday.
From the following counties in Kentucky: Adair, Casey, Clinton, Greene, Lincoln, Marion, Metcalf, Russell, and Taylor. Winter storm warning remains in effect until 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday. West, heavy snow mixed with sleet and freezing rain along and south of the Bluegrass and western Kentucky parkways. South of the parkways, storm total snow in 3 to 4 to 8 inches with total ice amount up to 3/4 of an inch.
3/4 of an inch of ice.
Areas may see total ice over 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah,
Across southern Indiana and
they'll do some damage now. Each on 3/4 of an inch.
Total snow accumulation.
Yeah.
Localized higher
All right, let me get up here and turn this off.
portions of south central Indiana and east.
I mounted it in a different location there, and it seemed to do pretty well right there. But yeah, just hanging in there, trying to keep warm the best we can, and that's all we can do. You know, that's pretty much it. You know, at one's very best, you're going to wind up thinking of something that you should have had, but you know you don't have it. But when you do that, say you make a little, write it down on a piece of paper, you know, and make a note, and then when things start settling down, go get it and put it up, whatever, you know. But yeah, you know, yeah, it's bad. Not as bad as some out west, up around Minnesota and up around Canada, but bad nonetheless for us. You know, snow is easy to navigate around, but that ice is a different game changer altogether. They're saying that I think it's supposed to be, well, tomorrow, so we don't have no church for tomorrow. Church canceled, so we don't have church in the morning. I'll do my own church thing here in my own privacy. It's all the same. The good Lord, He sees it no matter where you at. But yeah, so we got where my church is. I have to go over a big knob, and it's just like this, and on the other side just like that. And if the roads are bad, you know, you're taking a chance going over that knob. Yeah, the salt people, the state has been through here and salted, but that salt only does so well, you know, under the temperature wise, it's, you know, not going to work. And there's several people from church that lives on this side of the knob. And there's some other people lives a little bit further around Perryville, and some down there towards Liberty. Either way you go, they'll have a hill, and just called it off. They're better safe than sorry, and there's no need of getting anybody out there. And of course, I wouldn't have went no way. I wouldn't have went no way. No, ain't that crazy? Get out there on the road completely covered and iced over. I ain't taking no chances. But anyway, it is what it is, and it's gonna get bad before it gets better. We'll just have to hang in there and, you know, hunker down and do the best we can. I'm sure there's a lot of people that, you know, not used to this kind of weather like this, but you just got to get used to it. You know, Kentucky, we have our winters and everything. Just every once in a great while, we'll have our really bad winters, you know, with a lot of snow and like it is right now. This would probably be, I'd want to say, the first good winter storm we've had for the season, and I'd put this number one so far. We may have one or two more, maybe one more. And yeah, we always do one. Anyway, last year we had one big snow, and that was pretty much it. After that, it pretty much we had a little bit of skits of snow after that, but it didn't mount to anything, and everything was normal. And life went on. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, the only thing you can do is just keep abreast of the situation and have a weather radio like mine, or you can use the maps, weather app on your phone, whatever. But I kind of trust it. Those weather apps on phones are good for just kind of looking at the map, radar, and kind of saying, uh, I'm sticking to the old school stuff, okay? The radio. Now I got my TV on there. I can go. I also have regular antenna, also as well as streaming. But I use that antenna because a lot for weather situations, because I can look at the 27 weather radar on it. They got one channel dedicated to that, and all that channel shows is just the radar. And look at that, see where the clouds, how everything's moving. I listen to the local weather news there on 27, and I don't pay much attention to what they say as far as forecast, but it gives me a general idea of what's coming. You know, I'll make my own judgment on that. That's all that does for me, because they don't know. They don't know. They're sitting there they're looking at them computer models and they're just guesstimating. That's all they're doing. They don't have a dadgum crystal ball sitting there in front of them and can tell you with any measure of truth or factual evidence that it's going to do this or do that. It's just they just go in there and the computer puts a generated model and they just go by that. You know, they know what it does on a certain way it does it. And it's just a guesstimation. The best thing you can do, and what works for me the most, is just pay attention to your map, radar, and stuff, and listen to the forecast, and just kind of it gives you a little heads up, basically. You know, prepare for this or that. You know, but now during the summer when we have our bad weather, tornadoes and such, that advice will be greatly advised again, because with my TV, and I can watch the radar, and if they're given a time, say we're going to have bad storms, certain whatever, and you start to hear thunder and stuff, so you can run right in there and look at that radar on the TV, and it'll show you everything, how it's tracking and everything, and it kind of gives you a heads up. It's live tracking. To me, I use that as a tool to give me a better heads up on being prepared for whatever. If they're giving tornado warnings or what have you. In this case here, we're having ice predictions in the forecast. Yeah, we got to get ready for, in case the power goes off. And that's why I have all my light sources ready to go. I have my camping stove sitting here in the floor, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'll see. See that camping stove right there? Right there. I got about 3 bottles of, let's see, 3 bottles. And a couple of them is a little bit empty, but they're getting low, but they'll last. And if I have to, I got another one in the building. So I think I'm going to be okay on that part. I would like to get a little attachment so I can fill all those up in place of buying new ones. Because I use them in camping. So I've had them. There's been a couple. Well, I know a couple of them I've had at least 6 years. Probably all 3 of those right there, I probably had at least 6 years. And I use them camping, and during little emergencies, I've used them here. I think it was last year, might have been year before last, maybe last year. The power did go out here during winter, little winter episode, and didn't stay on off long, maybe half a day, but or less. But I had the stove, and I got my little kerosene, my coil lamps, and different all my flashlights charged up, and solar lights charged up. I got everything ready in case the power does go out, and it won't hurt me a bit that I don't have the internet during that time. It will not hurt me at all. It is not the end of the world. I'll just grab me a good book or read some in the Bible and grab me a light, sit there in my chair right over there and read me a few chapters and diddle around here with my other little hobbies I got, pass the time. It's all good. As long as I know everybody else is taken care of and, safe, then I'm happy, I just, it bothers me to no end to know that somebody's kind of in dire straits during this time. We should always try to check on people, especially the elderly. When we can. I don't have no elderly people around here close that I can check on. Most of them from church, they are pretty. There's some of them there's elderly too, but I got their phone number. I may give them a call here later on tomorrow, see how they're getting along. But you know what I'm talking about. It's not all about me. It's not about me. And that's how that goes. But I hope everybody out there is doing okay. If you catch the restream and you're not a subscriber to the channel, and you just happen to catch my live here doing your feed or something, checking me out, like I said, if you're not subscribed already, go ahead if you want to. If you like the content, subscribe. If you don't have to. But we would appreciate if you left a like. That helps push us out a little bit. We're trying to, we're not working really hard at it, but we're kind of pegging along there. We're not getting too excited about the YouTube thing. We're just kind of pegging along, but if you hit that like, it pushes us out, and by all means, comment, on any of my stuff. be glad to hear from you. Tell me where you're at and located, and that's good to reach new people and everything. I know I don't get a chance to visit a whole lot of other different channels because it's that thing called life where you have to manage other things, and you don't get a chance to spend a lot of time. But I'm retired, but still yet have plenty to do. You think once you retire from public work and whatever, you have got time to all kinds of time on your hands? No, you don't. You don't have no time, all that much time. You got some, but it's not as much as you think. There's always something to do. I don't know. We got 2 people watching and 2 eyeballs anyway. 2 eyeballs out there. That's better than none. Oh, anybody, I appreciate everybody comes to visit my little old channel. We try to have a variety for everybody to enjoy and everything, and we don't try to make it too uninteresting. To some, it could be very uninteresting, and to others, they may like it. They seem to like a whole lot of my stuff so far. But that's enough about me. We're kind of enjoying this snow. I don't know if I'll get cabin fever or not. We'll see. Because I can always just walk outside, and bundle up and walk out. I ain't going to get cabin fever, but, that's funny. While we're able to get out and move around outside and everything, we don't do it. A lot of us don't do it. But when we get in a situation where, like it's snowing and ice and stuff on the roads, and we know that we can't get out and move around, it's just, it's just the end of the world. It's funny how that works. It don't bother me that much at all. Like I said, I get tired of doing things in here, piddling around, whatever. There's only so much Dadgum TV one can watch. I mean, I watch a few different things I like watching, but other than that, I get tired of it. I'll go grab my Bible and read some in that. And I got other books. I got my little adult coloring things I do. I just got all kinds of little odds and ends and I piddle around with my radio stuff here and there, But when I get tired of that, I'll just walk outside, I've done it several times. Bundle up real good and take a stroll around everything, kind of look and see what things look like. Maybe to do a short or take pictures outside of the snow. That's what I'm working on now, getting my pictures built back up. But I've took some with my camera. I'm going to be putting out a lot of photos on my channel. So look for them to come across your eyeballs soon. And we got 3 people watching on my 3 eyeballs. I see you. Do you see me? Come, Captain Oh Lord, the only thing I can do, you know, and anybody else in this type of situation is just kind of keep warm. And that's funny about now summertime. You don't have to worry about being cold, do you? And wintertime, you always have to worry about being cold. I can be hot in the summertime. It's a little uncomfortable, yes, but uh, you can find easier ways to get around the hot temperatures. You know, you can find you a good shade tree to get under, whatever, you know. Uh, if you're not in the house with the air conditioning, you can find you a good shade tree. Wintertime, you pretty much better, if you ain't got some sort of heat, you're in trouble. you can't get away from the cold too much. You have to almost stay hunkered down in one spot. But and people here in Kentucky, you know, I'm not bragging on the state, but we're pretty resilient. I mean, we have our unusual weather situations, and I know 2 weeks from now, it's going to be it'll be something different. It'll be raining, more likely, and all this stuff right now will be just the forethought. It's constantly changing here. As the old saying goes, that if you don't like the weather in Kentucky, just hang around; it'll change, and that's a fact. It does. It does. We're 27 minutes into it, and we got 3 eyeballs showing. Nobody's in the comments. Somebody get in the comments and hit and say something. Let us know who you are. Your comments are greatly appreciated, as long as they're civil and not hurtful to people. Let us know how you like the snow. Oh, there's storms. Barry said he's going to join us in a minute. All right, there, take your time, brother. You do what you got to do. I'm just in there running my jaw and everything. I must be one of the three. I must be one of the three. I got telepathy. I can control people's to make them do stuff. Today I was out and about, and I don't know if this is weird or not, but I made people, like we was parked in front of the store. I made them go to the front of the store. I told them to open that door, and they did. I said, "Get in there, get in that store, get in there, and shut that door behind you." They did. Weird, kind of scary too. Yeah. I just thought I'd share it a little bit in case anybody was interested. You know, it's weird how that is. But, you know, if you get into a situation where you feel like you're getting insecure or anything, you can, if you check my last live or last night, you'd see where I have invented my own safe place to go to. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I got it right here. Hang on. I got my own safe place here, and you can make your own. It's really, really cheap. Okay. But you can put this on your head, and you're totally safe. You can hide right here, and you can just kind of, hello, hello. You know, there's not much room in here, so you can't get too frisky. All this is made for is just to keep you safe if you're insecure. I'm gonna keep it around there, you know, in case I feel like I need to hide in a box. I'll have it. You know, let me know in the comments there in the chat whether y'all think that's a good idea or not. I think it is. I don't care what you think. I just thought I'd just ask a question. But you're welcome to state your opinion on it. Oh, Barry's probably got soup, eating supper or something. He said he'd join me in a minute. I'm glad he gave me a heads up to let me know he was coming. That way I can prepare an appropriate greetings for him. You know, I can go down here to, let's see, find my little greeting I could give him. I mean, many times I could do this. So like it might work, they got all kinds of different things. They got Screaming Man. I had that. And I'll see what else is in here. Train whistle. Let's see what this sounds like. Huh. Boy, that was weak and pathetic. I think Barry's his introduction should be this right here. It even sounded like him too. Don't it sound like Barry? It does sound just like Barry. Yeah. It's funny if they would get his voice so closely. It's funny how it is. See, you even got a volume for it. That's good. You know, StreamYard shouldn't have gave me these little toys to play with because I can. But you know, I think right here would be a good introduction song. That sounds appropriate. But I kind of like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That sounds like it might be the one I might use. But you know, when I say something real good and intelligent, and something that makes sense, then you know, whether anybody agrees with me or not, all I have to do is say, "Thank you, thank you." You know. Anyway, we'll see how. I'm not going to keep it too long tonight because A, I don't want to bore you too much, and B, I want to go do something else later on. You know, I might hang in here a couple of hours. We'll see. We'll see how it progresses a little bit. But yeah, we're just in here having fun. You know, we're being serious, but at the same time, we can have fun also. That's the best part of it being yours. You know, we have our serious points and stuff, and yeah, we got our stupid governor over in Switzerland at Davos over touting his little presidential possibilities. That sucker ain't gonna. He won't even carry his own state, much less the rest of the country. He won't even get, if he gets nominated. He won't even make it through the primary. He won't. We don't have to worry about Prince Andy because he ain't gonna be Andy Bashir. He's not gonna make it nowhere. That's a joke. Freaking joke. And to the stage there's what happened? There we are. Yes, there he is. That does sound like you.
That's me trying to walk through the house and the cat's all in my way.
And you fall. Yeah. I've been running through the house trying to avoid cats.
That's when they get my blood pressure up.
Yeah. And then when he gets to where he's going to without being tripped, he gets it. He falls. He done a good job. Oh, hey, we're supposed to get some good stuff, or I have my weather radio listening to it here. Yeah, it's gonna get tight as far as snow and ice. Monday and Tuesday is the wind chill is gonna be 15 degrees below. That's the wind chill. They're telling people for tomorrow, if you don't have to be out in it, you better stay home. From which you should. But, I wish there was a thing next to the eyeball up there at the top where you could see who was watching. You know, it's very tempting to not wonder who is eyeballing us.
It's 13 degrees. We have a snow shower, and it feels like -1.
Oh, I believe it. I walked outside a minute ago. Went to check the mail and everything. Man, I didn't wear no gloves. And my hands was already starting to hurt before I got back to the house, dude.
Yep.
And I said, "Oh my God, what a cluster today, huh?" What do you think about all that mess? Oh,
dude, the closer we got to that propane pump, the more I was getting. You know, I was thinking, oh shit, he's gonna tell us, well, we're all out. I would have been mad.
I kind of figured they wouldn't. Couldn't run out because they do fill them big tanks right there. They fill their trucks up there. So he said yesterday they ran out there 3 times and had to fill the tank up 3 times. and that was yesterday.
Yeah.
And, God, I pulled in there. Of course, that's the first time I'd ever had to be at Southern States for a situation like this. And I did, I'm sure it may have happened before. But we come by there and I seen that and I said, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
I thought we're never gonna get through here. My worst fear was they was gonna close. they was going to shut it down, because the other one in Harrisburg, it closes at 12.
Well, I was listening to the ladies in the store there. They were on the phone with their customers, because they delivered propane,
Mm-hmm.
and one was setting up a new customer, and the other one was reminding them that the reason they called to check on them, they were, I'm assuming, were probably elderly. And they said, just remember, you get a certain amount of fuel, you need to call us so we can come fill it up. You don't want to run out completely.
Yeah.
And she said, if you can get a neighbor or somebody come over and check the gauge, then, tell them, I forgot what number, how much she said that the tank had to have before they would come out. But yeah, she had talked a little bit loud. They were probably hard to hear.
Yeah. Well, that's sure a lot of people at everywhere like that. But yeah, I wasn't worried about them running out because I know they had plenty. My big concern was they was going to shut down, but then I guess they, as long as there was people there to get it, they was going to keep it open because that was money in their pocket. That guy said, he was there till 6 o'clock yesterday. So
this has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen on this WKYT app. It says winter storm warning. It says cold weather advisory. What in the wintertime? Cold weather?
Oh Lord, what's that? What's that?
I've never heard such.
Oh,
see, it's what we were talking about yesterday. That fear mongering.
Fear mongering. That's why I was telling earlier at the beginning that the only thing I use the TV for, as far as the weather, is to give me a heads up, give me a general idea what to look for. They don't know. They look at them models and everything. They're guesstimating. It could do either or. You're dealing with the act of God. It's not something that has been newly invented. Okay.
Yeah.
We're dealing with God's actions, and if He decides to do it one way, He's going to do it one way, and that's just the way that is. Whether anybody believes that or not, that's their opinion, but that's mine. I'm sticking to it. But I use that, like I said, as a good heads up. And same way with the radio. I listen to it, and it gives me an idea. And like I was telling we go in there and look at during the summertime. You can go in there and they're giving us storms. And you hear it thunder. Run in there, and on my channel there on TV, I can flip her on 27 and look at the radar. Gives you how the storm is tracking. Gives you a little heads up.
Yeah, it's a nice little reference.
That's all it is. That's all this is. It's supposed to be giving you heads up, not as an exact warning. I mean, take for instance the tornado warning stuff. How many times last year did we have tornado warnings and the damn thing had already passed?
Yeah.
That tells you a whole lot right there. Yeah. And you're going, oh my God, that storm just passed us. Oh, there's a tornado warning for, let's say, Stanford. Oh, that must have been the storm that just passed us.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Huh. But yeah, I mean, nothing's right on the money. It just gives you a general reference to things. That's it. Let me check. You walk over here and turn me and see what it get. It's talking.
If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight.
Can you hear it pretty good?
In your vehicle in case of an emergency.
Yeah, not too bad.
Kentucky can be found by visiting ky.ky.gov. The statement is, for the following counties in Kentucky, Knox, McCreary, Wayne, and Whitley. Winter storm warning remains in effect until 7 a.m. Monday. What? Heavy mixed precipitation. Additional snow accumulation between 1 and 3 inches light accumulations between 1/4 of an inch and 3/4. Where portions of South
How about that? That better? Let's see. Let me reduce the background over. I mean, that should be all right now.
Nearly impossible. The hazardous conditions could affect the Monday
That's
morning.
better.
If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency.
Yeah, water.
It can be found by visiting ky.ky.gov. All hazards weather radio, serving eastern and southern Kentucky. The statement is, for the following counties in Kentucky, Adair, Casey, Clinton, Lincoln, Russell, and Taylor.
I just realized how stupid that sounds.
Until 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Or 6 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Let's keep water in our car in the winter. Yeah, okay.
Rain along and south of the Bluegrass and western Kentucky parkways. South of the parkways, storm total snow in 3 to 4 to 8 inches with total ice amounts up to 3/4 of an inch.
3/4 of an inch of ice.
Areas may see total ice over 3/4 of an inch. Across southern Indiana and north central Kentucky, mainly snow, heavy at times. Total snow accumulations between 10 and 15 inches.
Golly, that's northern Kentucky, 10 to 15 inches. Oh my God. That's enough of that crap.
Northwest until central Kentucky.
They're just going to repeat. I listened to it earlier, and 3/4 of an inch of ice. That's quite a bit of ice. 3/4 of an inch. Let's see. 3/4 of an inch. Let's see. That would probably be 1, 2, 3. Let's see, no, it's an inch. You're probably looking at about that much ice. Somewhere give and take, about 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
That's along in there. Because the inch is right here on this tape. So that'd be right along in there. That's going to do some damage. Well, as I was telling earlier, I mean, this information gives you a heads up that there's a very, very good possibility we're going to have power outages. And that way you can gather your stuff, make sure you got your lights charged up and something to cook on or whatever. If just gives you a heads up. All it does. But at the end of the day, let us do with what we can do, and let's let the rest go. What'd you do after you got home today?
I took about a 10-minute nap.
Oh, I slept. I took a nap too, sitting in the chair in there. Told her to give me that little wolf throw, and I put it on me there and kind of kicked back, and I don't know how long I was asleep. I know I was pretty much out of it because she moved a plant or something around in front of me there, changed stools around, and that had to make some noise, and it must have knocked me out. I must have been out.
Yeah.
And Of course, I had TV on, but I dozed off. Nothing wrong with that. Taking a good nap. You know, we may have one. I would say, like I was mentioning earlier, that this could be the first good one for the year of this winter. We're going to have, I would say, we'll probably have one or two more. But, you know, last year we had that semi big snow. It wasn't, we didn't have no ice and stuff, but it did get, we got several inches. But after that, pretty much it. We might have got a skiff or something after that, off and on. Didn't amount to anything. May do it this time. I'll say, you know, people said about the old saying and about Kentucky, if you don't like the weather, just hang around, it'll change. And it generally does. But it is winter time after all, and we must expect this type of thing. We do not have it as bad as most people do in the country, especially up our northwest. But we have our share of the bad winters. Not hardly that bad, but like 20 below or something like that. But they said Monday and Tuesday, the wind chill could be 15.
Yeah.
So, you know, all them people living down Florida there, yeah, they need to come up here and experience the thrills and chills of wintertime. It builds character and stuff like that. But you know, think about it. We got February, March. Roughly March the 20th is the official spring. But we'll say, I'm going to say at least 2 months till spring. So, ain't that far off. So you got to look at it. You know, I was saying earlier too, it's funny. You know, when we can get out and about and move around outside or go somewhere, we generally don't. We stay cooped up in the house, watching TV or whatever. And this is as soon as we get a situation like this where we bad to get out, oh, we just think it's the end of the world. You know, it's funny how it is. You know. But Barry, you need to do what I have done. You need to get you a safe place, Barry, and I'm gonna bring her out again. You need to get this and you need to have this. I think that your problem is though, Barry, you may have a couple of cats try to get into it with you.
Yeah, I guarantee they would.
Oh, man's in a box. Let's try to squeeze in there with him. Oh,
They lay claim to every box they see.
Oh yeah, cats love boxes. Yeah. And they're in the, two of them were in the kitchen. One, I got them stacked in front of the freezer there. Got stuff in it. One was in one box up high. The other one was in the other one. The two big cats. And there, I look around there was Toby. He wasn't in the box, but he was next to him. didn't like it because they have to get. That's the only place they can get away from it from. They have to go to places like that. I said, I don't blame you. He wants to play, and they semi-play, but sometimes, they don't. It aggravates, torments the crap out of them. I had to actually make one day. I got tired of it. I said, I made him stop. You let it stop. He just get all this dadgy. Oh, he's taking a nap right now. Heaven help me after a while.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be running through. Last night he done that. He's running through. I had this door open. He run from one end of the house to wide open. Doesn't care what he runs over. And he'll run up on the couch and in here. And in here, I'll be in there watching TV, and I heard some racket in there. I said, "Oh God!" Went in there, and it gets up on his computer desk, and I got two or three little squeezy men standing up here. He has a fascination with them. He'll knock them down. They'll be on the floor. They'll be on the floor. I looked at him. I said, "Leave them alone. You got stuff." But no, I want them. I want to knock them down. I don't know. He just crazy. That cat's mental. It's kind of disorder. I think he's got into some like cocaine, or his mommy was a cocaine addict. Something like that. But me. I'm prepared. I got two pullovers on, and plus a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
I'm watching come out one of them because, dude, I'm telling you, I'm getting a little warm right now. I'm getting a little warm. Let me be a bad host and take my shirt off. Woo! Look at him taking his shirt off. Oh, he got another shirt on. That's too bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to excite everybody. But as I said before, this is my show and my rodeo. But I don't know, Barry. What's your take on the whole situation? You got anything to add or take away from, or anything else you want to talk about? Go ahead. I
just wonder if they got high octane propane at the southern states, because man, I put that thing up on high when I got home, and 10 minutes later I was peeling a layer off and cutting the heater. It's never run that hot before.
Could be a different type of, could be.
Man, it was the heater. You could tell it was running full capacity.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Dusty?
Yeah, I had to get another thing of kerosene because when they were giving the for Monday and Tuesday, I know I didn't have enough. If I had to, I've been running that big heater of a night, and it's on right now. But I'll shut that off about 12 o'clock, something like that. But I just run it at night because that's the coldest. And maybe I might run it during the daytime a little bit, especially if it gets that cold Monday and Tuesday. I have to. But she's not going to be able to go to work tomorrow. That's for damn sure. But I'm not going out in it. And they canceled church tomorrow. Of course, I know we only had Sunday morning anyway because we already made arrangements. We wouldn't have no night services during the month of January and February anyway. So I know they was going to cancel tomorrow. Or I wasn't going to go. simply because the road's bad. Because if it was flat ground and stuff like that, yeah, I would try it. But we got a knob to go over, and there ain't no way around it. You know, you can't take a shortcut or take another road. You got to go over some hill. And there's a lot of people go that it's on this side of the knob. So I figured they was going to cancel it anyway. But I don't know. We got 2 eyeballs. One of them must have got tired and decided to go to bed.
Ain't nothing but a big baby right here.
Oh, yeah, they can be, can't they? Oh, that wind's blowing. Huh.
Takes up half the desk.
That's why that Jim Kelly is. She'll be sitting next to me in a chair. Got a little table thing sitting on the side of it. She'll take up that whole thing, just about. I take some of the stuff off of it, keep her from knocking it off when she lays down there, sprawled out. I can hear it wind blowing through her just now. Oh.
Yeah. I don't hear it back here, but if I was in the living room, I would.
Yeah, I'm right here next to the window. I could hear her blowing against the house. Dude, I'm telling you, it's cold out there. It's a cold. That makes sense. I would not envy anybody having to be out in this crap doing something.
No.
I do not envy them because it's bad.
I wouldn't be out in it.
No, no.
Wait for it to pass.
Yep. Sit back and hunker up. Hunker up. That's all you can do.
I ain't nobody want to see you licking your hand in. Good Lord, cat.
Oh yes, everybody wants to hear that.
That's for only cats.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, adjust that mic volume a little bit. That there is plenty loud enough on my mic volume.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it almost full blast, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna let it automatically adjust. So you can do that when somebody's got different voices that they don't have to yell on the dadgum mic all the time, like on CB. You don't have to yell on the mic. If you got it set right. Deal. Deal. Yeah. Look like the lights is lighting up good there. 5 by 6. 5 by 6.
Yeah. Poor little kitty. She's just so tuckered out.
Oh yeah, they tend to try that sympathy card, don't they? Like, look at me, I'm so pitiful.
There's 4 of them on the cot over here. There's 3 in the floor.
Oh my God.
Paint decided to finally come in here where it's warm. She does not like the other cats. She wants to be the star.
Oh yeah.
She's the matriarch,
That's kind of how Toby is. Maybe one of the other cats will be trying to get up. He'll be already sitting next to me on the chair, and one of the other cats wants to get up there. He'll try to his best to keep them getting up there. He'll try to block them. Oh yeah, they're not dummies. They are not dummies.
I moved that little short shelf in here, and she decided that that's her new. She stayed in that other room with no heat, and I just felt bad for her. I couldn't get her to stay in here with me.
Yeah.
Now she's got her a spot she can climb onto.
Oh yeah, they like it high up there like that.
Every time I would come out and I would fix coffee or fix something to eat, she would be right there, and she, wanted attention right then and there because all these other cats were in here. She didn't want any part of that. Didn't want to share me.
Yeah.
But she is my cat. I mean, she was a kitten. She always hung on me.
Yeah.
She didn't want anything to do with anyone else. So she's still that way.
Yeah, they get a personality of their own, that's for sure.
If there's any animal that would break me up, losing them would be her.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's your cat's mama right there.
Well, they do that. They act the same way. Rusty, she won't get in my lap, but Kelly will. Now, Rusty, she's all loving and stuff. She'll, petting her and stuff, and she wants to rub around on you and everything. But you try to get her to jump up there where you're at, she won't do it. She never did do it. And,
Paint will she? And if any other kid gets around me while she's getting attention, she is mad and her hissing and everything out.
I try to even get her up and put her in my lap. No, she's not a lap cat.
She'll, if she's got the opportunity, she'll curl up on the bed with me too.
Yeah.
Right
both of them will get back there on the bed and lay there with me and stuff. Now they're in the way right now.
Yeah, I got one like that too.
And this is driving Smokey nuts. And I was meow. He'll come in meow, meow, meow. I said, you need to stop that because I can't stand it. But at that time, he just wants to. He'll come in a little bit and eat, and he wants to go back out. I said, "You mean he come in? Well, I let him in earlier. He had snow on his back. He had snow. It looked like he'd been out there and snowing on his back." I said, "You mean you want to go back out?" Oh yeah,
Mine will not. I tried to get him to. They will not go out. They'll go to the door, they'll sniff around, they'll stand there for long enough to let some cold air in. And I'm like, you need to make up your mind right now, or I'm closing the door.
Yeah.
And then I just close it. If they step back, so be it. If they don't, I'm sorry. If they get their little nose, get their feelings hurt or something.
Yeah, let me go in there and I'm going to run in there and get me a cup of coffee if you don't care.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll do that when you get back.
Okay. And I'll put this little up and then we'll.
There you go.
Yeah. Let me see here.
All right, I'm gonna put some water on. I'll be right back now too.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna. That's only sitting. It only is up there for 15 seconds, so I need to go. I need to back off and leave my avatar up there for a little bit. While I go take care of some important business, I'll let you listen. Let everybody listening to some classical music.
Time, Tuesday. Impact. The dangerously cold wind chills as low as 15 below zero could cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 30 minutes. Use caution while traveling outside. Wear appropriate clothing, like hats and gloves. Make frequent checks on older family, friends, neighbors, and pets. Ensure portable heaters are used correctly. Do not use generators or grills inside. The statement is, for the following counties in Kentucky, Pulaski, Rock Castle, and Wayne. Cold weather advisory in effect from midnight Sunday night to noon Monday. West, very cold wind chills as low as 5 below expected. Ware, Bath, Ethel, Fleming, Montgomery, Powell, Rowan, Pulaski, Rock Castle, Wayne, and Jackson counties. When, from midnight Sunday night to noon Monday. Impacts. Frostbite and hypothermia will occur if unprotected skin is exposed to these temperatures. Use caution while traveling outside. Wear appropriate clothing, like hats and gloves. The statement is, for the following counties in Kentucky, Knox, Laurel, McCreary, and Whitley. Extreme cold watch in effect from Monday evening through Tuesday morning. What? Dangerously cold wind chills as low as 15 below possible.
All right. 15 below wind chill. Yes. Yeah, we kind of got two people watching. And we're all. God, this is going to be the crappiest live stream that I've ever had. Only 3 people. So, but I hope they go ahead and hit the like button on the way out, or catch the replay. You know, either way they can do what they want to. I don't care. I'm just in here having fun. That's what it's all about. I'm not in here to be famous. I done had my share of fame. And, maybe everybody's froze up, maybe. Maybe I should talk about other topics or something. I don't know. If a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to see it fall, does it actually fall? And if it don't make a sound, does it? I mean, I don't know. I know I butchered that. If a tree falls in the forest and doesn't make a sound and nobody sees it, did it actually happen? Hmm. Interesting. I think that implies a hmm. If you went outside right now with no coat on and just they was talking about appropriate clothing. You went outside right now with no coat on and just shorts and a t-shirt. I say before you got back in the house, you'd probably go because your neither regions would probably be froze off.
Yep.
I would say that would be a good possibility, and with some people that wouldn't be a bad thing. Some people that would be a good thing. But we'll leave that out there for your imagination to contemplate. Oh, yeah.
I've got cold water. My hot water is froze. I can't figure that one out.
What kind of background music I should have? Let's see about that.
Seemed like it did that last year too.
Oh my God. There's one called Feeding the Ducks. That's even gayer. Huh? Night driving. I don't know. I don't know. Only thing we can do is just try to keep on the best we can, and like I mentioned earlier, just do the best we can. I mean, whatever happens, will have to happen. There's no sense in bringing more on to you than for any reason. Like they're saying, don't go outside and don't travel during this time. Don't do it. I mean, there ain't. Oh, they had to mention on that. Wear appropriate clothing. That's just like the water thing. Like people's too stupid. Well, I can understand them doing on the clothing thing because there is stupid people out there that will go outside and wear shorts in the wintertime. And not even a jacket. I've seen them the other day.
Yeah.
Like I might have mentioned, those two women after coming out of, let's see, where was it at? Kroger. I was sitting there and had 3 layers of clothing on, which I was warm, and it was cold.
Yep.
And there they come prancing out of there with nothing, pretty much, as far as winter protection. Of course, they looked like they could handle some heat, They look like they might have had some good heat retention, if you know what I'm talking about, because they're a little bit on the chubby side. You know what I'm saying? And they could hibernate in the wintertime and just like a bear, and they'd be okay. But there's stupid people out there. You think people would have just basic common sense? It's cold outside. We need to wear a jacket or a coat. It's raining outside. We need to have an umbrella or something, or don't go out in the rain. It's lightning outside. We don't need to be having any kind of metal rods poking them up in the air or something like that. I don't know. But it is what it is. Only thing I can say about the situation is that maybe it'll thin out bunches of idiots. That's one way of looking at it, I guess, positively. I don't know, Barry. I've been in here long enough, I think, and I think I'm gonna call here shortly. We'll go. It's one. I've been here an hour and 22 minutes. We'll go to 1:30 and be done with it. Good even number, I guess, but no sense being in over 2 hours. Well, we talked. Everything. That's all that matters. I don't need a big audience.
I say that 90% of the cold that is in this house is coming from the floors.
Good possibility. You know, your underpinning ain't that good there. That's where you're getting a cold wind up through there, and it's just belting right through the floor. Yeah.
My legs, the coldest part on me right now.
We need to fix that for you there. I don't know how we do it. We need. Well, it needs to be better underpinning. It needs some metal. If you had some this metal, old metal roofing to go around it, around the skirted around, you know, that'd be better than nothing. That would keep a whole lot of the wind away. Some of it can be worked on there and improved. You don't need that much, because the rest of it, you know, it's pretty much there. It's just spots that's missing.
Yeah.
If Donnie would get a couple of sheets of metal roofing somewhere, old metal roofing, and I could fix it. Or I might be able to run across some somewhere. We'll see what happens. Shouldn't have to. Donnie should provide it, but he ain't going to. You know that well I do.
Well, Barry, you could get you some. You could go to Lowe's and get you some. And I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah. Oh,
who's the landlord here?
Yeah, we can get a lot of things at Lowe's. Duh. But a whole lot of it's not my place to it.
I should just come back with, can I get a better landlord there?
Yeah.
No, then he'll be like, well, you could just move out, and you'll have a better landlord than me.
Yeah, I can move out, and but I guarantee you will be renting it to nobody else, because you won't be able to. But anyway, we know the story. And but you fix that underpinning, them couple of sections there on the side there around the front. That would stop a lot of that wind getting up there. Right? Yeah, of course, your floor's going to be, a lot of heat coming through there.
Donnie should be glad that they don't do like random inspections of places that someone's renting out. Of course, he's trying to do it on a down under, on a down low, you know. Uh, try to do it all the down low.
Well, we can take some of the underpinning off that upper trailer above you there, and might be able to fix it with that.
Might as well. He's telling me to go up there and get a faucet.
Yeah. Oh God, well, how damn cheap.
He knows he's not going to fix that. He admitted it by saying, "Go up there and get a faucet from up there." Well, I'll be right back to square one. I'd rather go out and spend my own money and buy a decent faucet than to put one in there. Spend, you know.
I'll say, okay, I'll do that, but I'm gonna knock it off the rent.
Yeah.
What I'll do. But yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing. No, you just better off do like I used to do. Just do it yourself. Be done with it. I mean, you know, it's in the long run. You look at it, you know, until something else comes along, whatever. It is cheap rent. I mean, you just make do, make yourself comfortable. You know, that's all you can do. We know it's not going to change the situation, so
No.
it ain't going to use liable. Not get stressed out about it because we know it ain't going to change.
Obviously, he got out of all that other stuff.
Evidently, yeah.
I don't know how. That is federal. We're talking federal level, and he got by with it.
Well, maybe he got by with it. Now we don't know. No, just because they didn't jump on it right quick, don't mean that he was.
Yeah, we did have a winter, or we did have a government shutdown that second time around.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, we had winter moving in.
You know, just because they don't jump on something real quick doesn't mean it's. In some cases, it might be that, but it's a pretty good chance that they're probably backlogged on other things, and they just have to get to it whenever they can.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's something way worse than.
Yeah, it's not a pressing ecological disaster, which it does look like one, but
yeah,
but you know.
Good evening, Shawnee.
I didn't have my comments on. Oh, that's good, Shawnee. That's totally understandable, and you go take care of your family thing there and hang out with Mark and all that stuff. You don't have to be up here.
I filmed about 2 hours of it, Shawnee, and then I'm going to film some more tomorrow. Use both batteries.
Yeah, I got. I may get out tomorrow and do a video on it, and yeah, it's gonna get tight here, Shawnee. Oh, did you catch it? Did you see that little short I made? I didn't know if it took or not because I couldn't, you know.
It was the one at
yeah,
so,
yeah. I stuck a camera out there and took a little short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out there tomorrow and film some a little bit. And
oh, he didn't film the part where it was just about into the road.
No, well, I think I got at the very first of it. So
We got pretty close to 8 inches.
yeah, we've had last year we had close to 8 inches last year, and they're up north in Kentucky. They're giving 6 to 14 inches
Yeah.
with this stuff. Now we could get that too. We could get. I would say I would want to estimate we could get at least by the time this is all said and done, probably 10 inches will be on the ground, maybe 8. But yeah,
We might have switched over to sleet because I'm hearing it.
well, that's the main thing I was talking about. The sleet. I mean the ice.
I'm hearing it peppering the wall over here outside.
I do too. The ice is what I'm concerned about more than anything. Snow, you can get around it, you know what I'm saying? But that ice, it's forgiving, you know. But that ice is not. You're not going to be getting around too much with icy roads. I'm telling you that right now. A quarter of an inch of ice, what is it, 3/4 of an inch? What the radio said?
Yeah, it's 3/4 of an inch of ice.
You take 3/4 of an inch, that's quite a bit of ice. We're going to have power outages. There ain't no doubt about that. That's why, if you catch the first of my live here, I talked about that, being prepared and staying aware of what's going on. Because a quarter of an inch, 3/4 of an inch of ice, you just know there's going to be power outages. So you need to get your light sources all gathered up and all that.
I've got a video. Yeah, I sure did. I was actually relieved to see that she was posting and somewhat okay. So
Okay, Shawnee, have a good one. Well, we do take care of your thing there, and appreciate you coming up anyway. That's worth it all. That's good. We'll catch you maybe tomorrow night on Berries if we have electricity.
I've got a
Yeah.
2022 where we had 5 inches of snow from a snowstorm.
Yeah.
I was living at the other place.
Yeah. Well, with anything and everything said, we done said all we can say about the whole situation. Wish everybody catch the restream. And like I said earlier, if you hadn't subscribed to the channel, you can if you want to, but hit that like button if you want to. We appreciate it. If you did, it would push it out. Comment. I mean, if you don't do nothing else, just comment on the stuff, on the content. I mean, comments are always welcome. And everything. So with that all said, I'm gonna cut this loose, and I guess Barry's gonna have his live tomorrow night. Well, was it 9:30 maybe? If you have it.
Yeah, hopefully if it's we got electric, I will. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll catch everybody up there, and everybody have a good, safe time at home. Be safe and warm. Catch you later.
Good night.
Gobbling out.